everyone. Today I'm going to go over something that's fairly simple. Now that it's figured out, it was a bit time consuming to figure out what had changed and why and how to work around this, but to make a long story short, someone had asked for help because they're working on Google Sheets, and about a year ago they had a document and they created an icon on their desktop such as this, and when they double click it, it comes up like this. It looks more like an application than a web browser. This is in fact running inside of Chrome, but it's got more of an application look and feel. You don't see the URL bar, and you don't see any other tabs. And the individual was really looking for how to achieve the same thing, because today, 2018, if you go up to your Google Sheets and you make a shortcut, here's what you end up with. When you click it, it goes into a full browser session, and other tabs that I had open the last time I closed Chrome, are automatically open because of that new setting. And the URL bar is here, and they just didn't like it. They wanted that same look and feel. Well, before I get into how to work around that, let me first say there are some good reasons why you may not want to work around it and get that same old look and feel without the URL bar being visible. And the reason has to do with when the URL is always there and always in sight. If you're a good computer user and thinking about security and privacy and protecting your data and or your company's data, if you're doing this at or for work, all of the major browsers toyed with the idea of hiding the URL bar, and it didn't go over very well because the users by majority didn't really like it, but the malicious individuals loved it. And the reason is, if someone can trick me or convince me to click on a malicious URL, if this URL bar is hidden, I may not notice it. With the URL in sight at all times, I know I am working off of google.com, and I know I have an SSL secured session and everything is good. But perhaps someone convinced me to click on a shortcut, and instead it took me to a fake site that kind of looks like Google, but it's not really Google. The URL bar is hidden, so I can't see that. And a malicious site is usually going to have, instead of a lock icon, they're going to have, it's going to say in red right here, not secured. That should be your first obvious indication that something is up, and you should think about where you are and what you're doing, because you may not be where you think you are. So that said, it might really be a good idea to just get used to the new way this is done, and also because I think Google is trying to change user behavior and make this not work the way it used to for this very reason. And although we can still work around it, I'm going to go over that in a minute, it's very likely that down the road they'll make further changes to features and functionality so that you can't get this done any way, shape, or forms, and therefore this workaround will stop working as well. With that said, let me show you how to work around it for the time being. Here's the new shortcut I created. Takes us right back up there to that document. What you want to do is get to the document you want to create the shortcut to and highlight that entire URL and copy it. Then from the triple dot drop down, go to More Tools and Create Shortcut, and I'll just call this the live test because we're doing it right now. And what that will do is it will create, this one says live test, this is the one we just created, and obviously if you double click on it, it's going to open the browser, URL bar is there and everything, which is exactly what this individual didn't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click that icon that we just made, go into properties and look at the target, and everything after --app all through the end, chop that all off and make it --app and add an equals, and now paste in that URL that you copied a moment ago. And now it opens in what Google calls application mode, which essentially hides the URL toolbar and any other tabs. So that is pretty much it. Again, I'd like to suggest that maybe you just get used to the way it works these days, because although we can work around it, it's not the best idea to have your URL bar hidden, and who knows how long it will be before Google completely takes away any ability to launch Chrome and hide the URL bar. So this workaround probably won't work indefinitely. Very good, folks. Thank you and good day.